Here we go. Here we go.
Oh! Oh!
Ooh, you get that?
Ooh.
Hello.
Hello. Morning of day 4. Day 4?
Yeah.
Day 4, we are up. I feel like it's early. Goose is probably in the afternoon in his mind already. It's 6 a.m, packing up the bikes, heading for another amazing big day straight to Pai. Hopefully get some food and coffee before we head off too far.
Well, nothing's going to be open too early, so I think we'll get food and coffee here and then probably ride for at least an hour.
Decided to get a quick breakfast at the hotel before we head off, and it has started raining.
They just turned the fountain on.
Okay, it's not raining. That's good.
We're up bright and early to get a head start on the ride from Mae Hong Son to Pai. Oh look, some monks. We're doing the Mae Hong Son loop here in Northern Thailand. It's dark and misty and feels about 5 degrees on the bike. But it's so beautiful. It's quiet, it's crisp, and the scenery is just breathtaking. Woo! This is awesome.
This loop is famous for its 1,864 curves and apparently random wildlife. So far it's one of my favourite things that we've ever done together. We're out here all alone, just cruising around exploring this beautiful country. To be honest, I was pretty nervous about this trip. I've been riding casually for a few years now, but nothing quite like this.
Hello.
Wow, what are clouds? It's crazy.
This is part of the Himalayas.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the Himalayan mountain range, basically the same mountain range. It's not actually.
We're not in the Himalayas.
Not in the
It's the
Himalayas.
same.
It's the same geological kind of disruption. It goes all the way down.
Yeah, cool.
It's the same mountain as these would extend through into China, basically.
Wow.
So the secret inner western loop goes through Wat Chan, so you come down here and you go back down.
Oh.
Yeah, you can come in this way as opposed to just following the 1095.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Wow. Apparently it's a more scenic route.
Cool.
It's slightly longer, but I think it'll probably be a better motorbike ride.
Normally people do this loop heading north out of Chiang Mai and go counterclockwise. But I wanted to go the other way around and do the first day to Doi Inthanon. Now the main reason for this is that the easiest riding would then be on the first day to give Gabi some time to get used to the ride. The route that I just pointed out on that map is the way we'll go on our final day. We'll be taking a road less travelled, off the beaten track, inland through a route, one that's far more beautiful and much more windy. I've got to say, if you get the chance to do this trip, do it.
So I reckon this has been some of the best riding I've ever done, ever, anywhere. Like I've done some pretty memorable motorbike trips, but every single day is just, every single stretch of road is just phenomenal, you know?
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yay!
amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks. The riding has been phenomenal. It's just like beautiful scenery, great roads, like, it's awesome.
Yeah. So many corners. I'm just like, wow.
Mm.
Come around Big Valley, come around animals, come around like sunshine. and then other times it's like really dark and it's like in thick cloud.
I don't think people think too much about the diversity of natural beauty when they think of Thailand. I mean, what comes to mind is probably the beaches, sure, and then the party scenes and the crazy cities. But honestly, the beauty of the north has even caught me by surprise. It's so different up here, and the roads are so amazing, particularly for anyone who loves motorbike riding. We've only got one day left of riding tomorrow, and I already want more.
We are in Pai. How many hours was that? 4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Roughly. Amazing ride. That was so cool. That was awesome.
What was your favourite bit?
I just love the change of the landscape and the change in the weather as well.
The mountains got a lot steeper, didn't they?
Yeah.
They got like heaps sharper.
Yeah. And then the change in, because of the time of day, it's like sometimes it's really misty and then other times it's like really clear and you can see across like heaps of other valleys.
Staring down into the valleys above the clouds.
And then suddenly you're like in pitch black because the sun's gone behind the mountain. And then you've got these like sharp bends. It was awesome.
And wild buffalo. Well, they're not wild. They weren't wild. They were domesticated because they had bells on them. But they were just wandering around out on the road. You know, little baby buffalo with their mums, and it's just like buffalo all over the place.
Let's get
checked in. And let's go I'm going to get a venison burger.
Ooh. When in Northern Thailand.
Yeah.
So I wore about 7 layers today because the other day when we were riding, absolutely frozen. I'm trying not to talk about the weather all the time because if you're watching this, you've got no idea and you probably don't care about the weather. But, my key's gone. Damn it. Yes, but I learnt my lesson and pretty much all of the long sleeve things that I have, I've worn. And now we're here and it's beautiful and I'm roasting again. So I'm gonna take off my second pair of pants and maybe 3 of my shirts. Now we might feel better.
Have you been to Thai before?
No, never.
No, first time.
First time. What is one thing that we should definitely do or see this afternoon?
We always recommend guests don't miss the sunset at Pai Canyon. It's very nice.
We are at Pai Canyon. They say it is like Thailand's version of the Grand Canyon, so we'll see.
It basically just means there's a hole in the ground.
It's a big hole in the ground. We want to have a look at it. Let's see how impressive.
Apparently the
this
best time to do
hole
it is at sunset, but fuck it. Here, I think.
Up here.
That's just in the
That's
toilet.
the toilet. Don't go to the
If
toilet.
we follow the other people, we're going to end up in the shit.
Let's not
Literally.
go into the shit. Nice hole. Good job, Pai. Well done.
You're good with heights and stuff, aren't you?
Great with heights.
You don't get like a bit weird when you like look over the edge or anything, do you? No, you don't feel strange when you like look over the edge. There's a big drop
I don't know
off.
what you're talking about. Okay, don't like that.
Not that way.
Oh wow.
That's not the way. Let's go down this way. What do you reckon?
What? Jesus.
Pretty slippery.
How do you get back out?
You go around.
To where?
Walk the whole way around.
Up there?
Yeah.
I don't know if you do.
I'm already ready. I would like.
Coming or you? I should go for a run.
Yeah, I'm not that into it.
Okay, cool. I'll be back soon.
So I thought it was over my
Yeah.
thing with heights. It's not until we got here that I'm like, I'm not that into this. Not that into like scaling tiny slippery edges. I also didn't wear the right shoes. I should have worn runners. Oh. Let's time Captain Planet, shall we? See how long this loop takes him. It's pretty bloody epic though. You just see mountains. Where is Goose? Okay, I actually don't know where he is. Okay, where are you? I don't even know where the loop comes back. I thought it came back over here, but there are people coming back up over here. Found some shade. Have not found my partner. Someone's walking down there. That is not Goose. There is a path this way. But that looks like it goes off that way, but who knows? My thinking was that at the end of here, there would be a steep path up and that would complete the loop, but I don't hear anything. I think I've spotted him. I can hear him. Jesus Christ. He'd be like, no, that was all fine. That's totally fine. It's weird how nervous I get when he goes and does like dangerous shit. How'd you go?
Good.
Hi.
Hello. Did you just see me crossing
Yeah.
the bit over there?
Yeah.
Were you watching me?
Yeah.
Were you worried?
Yeah. I was like, I should go over there, but I don't know how to get over there.
Yeah, it's really tricky. I'm covered in dirt now.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Pity.
Sweaty.
Mm.
Worth it?
Yep.
Okay. Ah, you're a bum.
Only my dirty backside.
Maybe. So it is actually New Year's Eve. Funnily enough. And because we don't drink and we don't go out after dark, it just feels like another day. We are having dinner here, which Goose has booked, which will be nice. And then I think we're going to take it easy. I have seen signs for a New Year's Eve party on the beach. Apparently there's a beach here. There's a river beach that has Psytrance. It looks pretty hectic. That I just thought would be funny to actually go and check out. But I think it starts at 10 p.m, which is already an hour into our bedtime. I might be able to convince Goose. We'll see. Otherwise, we're going to kick off 2024 in Pai and do our last riding day back to Chiang Mai tomorrow before flying back to Phuket the next day. So it's been an awesome way to end 2023. Cruising around with my best mate, enjoying nature and changing scenery and embracing the culture and just switching off and relaxing for a couple of days. It's been exactly what we needed. Holy site, and we are not dressed appropriately, so we're not going up the steps. So we're going to try and find another spot. One sec. Up there? Please dress politely.
Yeah. I'm not dressed politely.
You saucy minx with your shoulders.
Is it okay to...
On the back?
Okay, cool.
Okay. Ah!
officially New Year's. Happy New Year. We're
Happy New Year!
in bed, partying. It is 9 o'clock in Thailand, but in Sydney
1 a.m.
it is 1 a.m. So we made it. We made it. We're gonna head off at 7 a.m. tomorrow.
So which means we're going to be up at 5:30.
Which means we're gonna be up at 5:30. So we need to get sleep after Goose finishes planning our next motorcycle trip. To be continued. Happy New Year! Day 5. Still in Pai, about to leave. Final stretch to Chiang Mai. How many hours?
Via Wat Chan though. We're going to go via Wat Chan, which is an important detail because that is the uncommon route. It's kind of how we roll. So it's going to take us, depending on how fast we ride and how much we stop, it's going to take us, Google Maps says 4.5 hours or something. But it'll probably take us, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours or something. So we've got to get moving. Today's going to be a day of moving. Momentum. Moving. Not so much cruising and stopping, and we're moving.
Lots of stops.
Well, welcome to another amazing year. Normally I'm not one for New Year's resolutions, but this trip's taught me some valuable lessons, ones that I'll be carrying with me into 2024. The main one being a reminder that life is supposed to be an adventure, filled with stories and moments and memories. A reminder to be a human being, not just a human doing, and to enjoy the ride. Here we go.
Ooh,
Get that?
ooh.
Fast.
Smells like fart. I was like fishy. No, that was fart. Hey Google,
Yeah.
why is this happening?
Hot water underground. Come up.
Thank you, Google. That's cool though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's hot. Body bar.
So I'll give you a proper answer to why these happen. They're called geysers, and it's basically when underground water reservoirs find their way down to the geothermal layer. They then heat up, and when there's not enough space underground, the steam creates pressure and it forces the water back up to the surface and back out the top. Pretty cool. The scenery is beautiful and changes so much, but the most powerful thing about these kinds of trips is how much they change you as a person. For Gabi, she's had to learn new skills, overcome fears, and face new challenges. And even for me, it's been hard work, battling the cold and navigating new places. It truly is a case of the journey itself being the real destination.
Level. We have Arabica and Robusta on dark roast. We have Thai blend on dark medium.
Which is the best?
It depends on your menu. If you don't like the dark roast, second one, third one, and the fourth one.
Okay.
I'll get a Thai blend cappuccino, and then also, can I get a single origin Colombia black
Black coffee, cappuccino, hot, Thai blend, Americano.
What a way to end the trip. This is the most scenic lake by far. I love the clear skies now, the sun beaming through the trees, the smooth dance through the bends. I'm feeling good. This is good. I'm excited to do more of these trips. And that is until
okay? You okay? Bring the bike down. Yeah, I'll bring it down. I'll just carry the helmet down there. And then we can fix up the bag and stuff down there. Okay. I mean, it hasn't even, like, you did good.
Yeah, I did good.
Because like, there's like, no damage to the bike. There's not even any damage to any of your clothes. Like, a bump on your butt is, if that's as
Thank
bad,
you, butt.
if that's as, that's great.
Hi, Mum.
We're good.
Nothing like a bingle to knock your confidence way back into line. Trying to not let it get to me though. You can't hear, but I'm actually now chanting "Master of the Road" to myself to try and pep myself back up. I've definitely slowed down though, and Goose isn't sure I'm okay.
You okay?
I'm fine.
You sure?
Yep.
Okay. I want you to have confidence and faith that you know what you're doing. People ride these kind of roads doing like 100 k's an hour. Okay? We're doing like 50. We're all good. Okay? So it's really important that you get on top of your mindset, because if you don't, it's going to have second order consequences down the line. Okay? So let's just finish strong. Cool?
Yeah, I'm not hungry.
Lunchtime. Got some chocolate to renormalize our blood sugar levels. Yeah. Yeah, it's never nice seeing it. I don't know what happened. In retrospect, what I think actually happened was head on. Maybe like with the red scooter coming our way, and then motorbike with the cart going the other way. Hit them, and then he careened off because it was going that way at speed. Maybe, yeah.
It's always a risk doing one of these trips, that there's an accident you see, one you narrowly miss, or unluckily end up part of. Touch wood. As we finish this last hour into Chiang Mai, I'm trying to focus on the joy of the last few days and not let this taint what has overall been a really special trip. Even coming back into the city, there's something really fascinating about these crazy streets. I really, genuinely do mean it. If you ever get the chance to do the Mae Hong Son loop, you'll love every minute.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
Hi.
I'm proud of you. You did great. You did great.
That was intense. That's it. We did it. That last little leg was intense. Coming back onto the highway. Woof.
Getting back into civilization.
With people turning left from the right lane and just deciding to park in the left lane and stuff. It's fun. But we're back in Chiang Mai.
Along the highway and then spontaneously the car in front of you just
stops.
parking.
And then you turn off the highway and you actually need to turn right and cross over 4 lanes. Anyway, we're at our last hotel. I'm gonna lay down and chill out. Hello.
You look tuck it out.
Yeah.
Why? What have you been doing to make you tired?
Just a casual 5-day bike ride.
Long ride today.
Come from car. So we are at the hotel having a steak because there hasn't been steak anywhere and we need the red meat and we're at the hotel because we're exhausted. So we're gonna eat and chill out and do a bit of a recap tomorrow. Okay, that's it. We are at the airport. Trip is done. That was an amazing couple of days. Goose, what was your favorite part?
My favourite part, there was a lot of favourite parts. I think one of my favourite parts was actually seeing your development and growth throughout the ride, which is pretty cool. The last day was really difficult. You had a little spin out. Plus we saw an accident on the road. That was a bit of a tough ride.
Yeah.
But I think that your development as a rider and your confidence on the road and your excitement and learning the joy of going on an adventure on a motorcycle, I think was really, really enriching. Aside from that, there's the landscape. It was phenomenally interesting. Like at some points we're riding through pine forests with deciduous trees with autumn leaves falling, and then you look up down off the side of the road into a valley, and then there's like thick, rich jungle. Diversity of cultures. The people were super friendly. The food, by the way, was awesome, and in fact, the food that you get in tourist areas like Phuket is not actually real Thai food.
Which you hear about when you're in these areas.
But you don't really know.
You're like, yeah, it's Thai food. It's all because everywhere you try there tastes pretty similar.
Yeah.
When you actually go out to these authentic places and just get random whatever dish they're selling, very good.
Yeah, some of the best food that we've eaten in Thailand happened on that trip.
Yeah.
Really diverse cultures. I think I might have said it already, but like everything from like the Unanese village in Ban Rak Thai to the Karen village. It was really phenomenal and really just so fascinating. And it really reminded me that it's so important to have adventure in your life. So it was a good refresh and a good reminder. I mean, I'm the kind of person who's always working, always attached to their devices and stuff like that. I took my laptop and didn't even really get it out except to try and plan more motorbike trips. Like that was the only reason I got it out, was to like plan more trips. And I was like, so as a way to connect with nature, to connect with each other, to connect with that adventurous spirit again, I think it's phenomenal. So yeah, I'm super grateful that we had the time to do it.
Yeah, I think you're right about adventure. Like it's something that in current day and age doesn't seem to be a priority for a lot of people. And it's just, there's so much joy and learning and growth and development as a person, and so many different things you get to experience by choosing these journeys that you can go on that are full of adventure and full of random things happening and full of things you've never experienced before. There's so much that can come from that you're not going to get by just kind of being at home on your phone, watching YouTube videos, even getting out and doing things that put you outside of your comfort zone and really help you to grow. They force you to grow as a person. It's just one of the best ways to go. So
I also think like there's the rest versus recharge thing that we were talking about as well. Like a lot of people think that what they need is rest. They need time off to like rest But actually, probably what most people need is time to recharge, and you recharge by challenging yourself and putting yourself in adventurous environments and adventurous situations, pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, doing things that are different. That's how you recharge. It's not necessarily restful. We were tired when we were riding. It was exhausting physically, but very much recharging, and I think that there's a big lesson in that as well.
Yeah, for sure. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button, give it a like, chuck us a comment. I want to know your comments. I'm really interested to see if you loved it, if you hated it, if you have any ideas of what else you would want to see. We do actually also happen to run a pretty big company in Australia, and we have lots of insights and lots of lessons on that side of things, so business insights, mindset insights, obviously more travel stuff. We live in Phuket usually. There's a whole lot of content that could come from that. So yeah, interested to see what you think. If you do like it, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!